Welcome to Lean and Clean with Fitness Chef Christine. I am here with my guest, Kristen Owens, and she is a holistic nutrition, brain-based mindset coach, and she supports women over 50 and helps them gain a new reality and feel better. So I'm going to let her tell you exactly what she does, and then we'll have some Q&A, and we'll find out how you can get in touch with her to get the help she provides. So take it
Amazing.
away.
Thank you, Christine. We have two, Christine and Kristen today. I often get called Christine as well, and Krista and Crystal and all the names, but my name is Kristen. And as you can see, sometimes I put Chris there on the screen because most people for some reason don't forget that. I am Kristen and I actually live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada area. And I have been in the wellness space for 3 decades, since I was 20 years old, and I will be 50 in the end of November. So
Hey,
it's my
welcome to the
50th
50
year.
Club.
Yes, yay. It's so fun. It's so fun.
I'm
And
60.
oh my gosh, you know what? I believe that, and this is one of the things I teach, I believe that we get better with age,
100%.
depending on what we do. It
Yeah.
depends on what we believe as well.
Right.
It is what we believe.
Absolutely. I
So
think it's a
if you
blessing.
believe, yeah, it absolutely is. So it all depends on what we believe. So I have 3 kids, 21, 19, and 2 cats and a dog. And I just have a passion for really helping, yes, men and families, but I attract a lot of women, really helping women step into who they were really meant to be. Because we find that who we are when we feel amazing. So I do see women that every day I have conversations of that belly fat, energy, lack of energy, not sleeping well, the hormone thing and the gut thing and all of that.
Sex drive, all the fun stuff.
All of it.
Menopause and
All of it.
perimenopause.
Yes, all of it. And so I want women to really understand, and this is why I do so much belief work, and change their beliefs around aging, because we can do aging differently. And so there's so many pieces to that, and it does matter, what we're thinking, what we believe. It matters who we're hanging around. It matters who we keep company with. It matters what we're putting in our body. Anyway, so that's my greatest heart. And so I'm excited to talk about all of that today.
I love it. Now, do you focus primarily on nutrition and mindset? Is there an exercise piece of it, or is it just all a total package?
So good question. My background, I started out in the fitness industry. So when I was 20, I was teaching fitness classes. I was personal training. I went to school for fitness and health promotion. So all of that stuff. I managed corporate fitness facilities, but actually, Christine, when I would, and still teach Pilates to this day. But when I had my first daughter at 28, this is a long answer to the question. That's when I got into the holistic world, holistic meaning the whole person. I got into the holistic world, and I realized that in the fitness industry, I don't actually give fitness work to people, but it's part of, you need to move your body. But I realized in the fitness world that they were missing that holistic piece. Yes, you need to eat well. Yes, you need to move your body, but it's not the be all and end all. Just because you do those things doesn't mean that everything is a-okay, because it doesn't. I see a lot of women that are exercising and really exercising and creating more stress in their body.
I was just
And
going to
so,
say that.
right?
I do find the fitness industry is
Yes,
a lot of toxicity too, because you don't
yes,
have, it's all or nothing. And it can be really, I see a lot of women primarily really starving themselves. So not really fueling their bodies properly and just going after those goals. And they think that they're doing it correctly, but a lot of times there's a lot of harm to that. So
a
I love
lot.
your approach. I love looking at the whole person because I think it's
Mhm.
really important. I also
Yes.
teach fitness and I see it constantly, especially I would say not so much with the older people because we don't have that stamina sometimes,
Yeah.
but I do see it with some of the mid-20s, 30-year-old ladies
Yes.
really trying so hard, taking class after class and spending
Yeah.
hours in the gym and not necessarily taking care of fueling their bodies or even their
Absolutely.
mindset work.
Absolutely. And that exercise is key because we know what the research shows.
Yeah.
It does, it makes us age less, but
Yes.
there's more to it than that. And it's important for our lymphatic system. It's important for our muscle mass. But if we're doing, especially 40 plus, if we're doing more cardio and hardcore than we are building muscle and calming our nervous system, which is a huge part of what I do with women in various ways, because most women are living in the stress response. They're
Yes.
living in going. Doesn't help living in North America,
That's my
but
last run,
oh
run.
my God, yes. Yeah. And so women will say, I can't get out of that. Like I've got to do these things, but I've got a family, I've got this, I got job. And yes, true, but it's the way we approach it. And it's a different perspective. And it's small little daily habits that we can incorporate into our everyday that is going to help ground our nervous system. It's what we're putting in our body.
So somebody would come to you and say, I'm just overwhelmed. I just feel like I need to make some progress. And what do you do? Do you have a program, or do you do it individually? Is it a group?
Yep. So right now it's a lot of, eventually I will have a group program that will come back.
Mhm.
Possibly New Year, I'm not sure. Right now it's just individual, but it's basically assessing the person as to what's going on in their body, finding out where their stress levels are at, finding out, and it's funny because when I ask women their stress levels, I do an assessment that I can actually determine, but I'll ask women, and after they've given everything, all the questions I've answered, I'm thinking, yeah, there's a lot of stress there. And I'll ask them, what are your stress levels? What do you feel? And they said, oh, about a 5 out of 10, meaning I'm doing pretty good. I'm like, oh my goodness. It's so funny the way we think.
Well,
I think,
I think we're so conditioned that all of
yes,
us women are stressed, that we're just expected to do so much.
yes,
Not that men aren't, I fully agree, men are too,
yes,
but
yes,
because I work with women mostly and I talk to women mostly, I
yeah,
realize that it's just that's how life goes. It
yes,
doesn't have to be
yes.
that way.
And it's it's how we think we respond to stress and
Mhm.
how we think we're handling stress. Because if we're thinking we're doing very well, then we're not thinking, well, then our stress levels are lower. But when stress levels are what's going on up here, the thoughts we're thinking, it's if we're exercising too much, not exercising enough. Both of them put stress on the body in
Right.
different ways. It's not eating the right foods, eating too much of the wrong foods, not sleeping well. How many women 40 plus are not sleeping, most of them. So many. That's stress on
Menopause
your
is
body.
menopause just messes up your sleep system. I'm convinced. After talking
Yes.
to hundreds of women, it's just part of the whole process. But if you can take steps to better that, you'll
Yes.
feel so much better. When I got my sleep under control, I was like a new person.
Totally
And I'm
new
not the
person.
best sleeper still, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
Yes. Yes. And I have different protocols and different strategies. And I've got, I use something with my clients that actually lowers cortisol the most effectively I've ever seen. And that actually can help women sleep better because cortisol is a stress hormone. And it's amazing how when we bring that right down, with the lifestyle tools, with what I actually give women to put in their body to do that, it's crazy what changes. And because many times women are waking up in the night because of cortisol. So, yes, it's hormonal, but
Right.
cortisol is part of the hormone, right? The endocrine system. Same with blood sugar balance. So, yeah, so it's looking at finding out where women are at, looking at what's going on with their gut health. All
Right.
disease and all health begin in the gut. It's looking out at what their workload is, it's looking at their relationships. There's so many pieces to it and then finding out what their goals are. What is it that they want? Because the thing is, I will tell you, and I know, Christine, you have experienced this as well, is most women, the two things that women say to me all the time is they need more energy and they need to sleep. They're
Yeah.
not sleeping well. Or no, sorry, yeah, sleep, but I'm going to say, actually, no, you know what? It's the energy, which is related to the sleep, but it's also weight loss.
Yes.
So
I
yes,
hear every
always,
day, all day.
always, all day, every day. It
Mhm.
doesn't end. Right? And I don't know if it will ever end because it is a big business. And
Right.
I use fat loss as opposed to weight loss because we're
Yeah.
not really looking at releasing weight. We're looking at releasing weight, but we're looking at fat loss,
Yes.
visceral fat,
Yes.
looking at fat loss of subcutaneous, right? So it's that I tell women is the weight is a symptom just like everything else.
Yes.
Like the headaches you're experiencing, like the whatever it is you're experiencing, weight loss is a symptom. So the reason why most women may not be seeing quick results when they're not on a diet is because our bodies heal in layers. And
Mhm.
so when we are healing our body and weight loss may not be happening, maybe a little bit, but not to their liking, it's because your body's saying, Your body's saying the reason why you're not seeing the results with your weight is because I need to heal other layers. I need to heal other things. So your body's working and dealing with whatever else is happening in your body. And you now have to learn patience, right? Patience and all the things
It's so
to
hard.
allow, it's so hard, but to allow the body to deal with what it needs to deal with, heal what it needs to heal, because our body was designed to heal itself, and be able to shed the weight when the body is ready. But I will say that stress is a huge part of that. Stress is a huge part of why we're holding on to that weight. It's a part. There's many things.
One of the things I always tell ladies is stay away from just looking at the scale. Really,
Yes.
get your focus off of that. Heal and look at how your energy level is and really do all that. Because I think that plays into your mindset. I know for me, I was attached to that scale for many years, starting when I was really young. And I
Yes.
just didn't understand that that's only a tiny little piece of the puzzle. And it fluctuates with how much water and everything else is in your body.
Absolutely.
And I think so many times women, we've been conditioned for so long that this is the measurement. This is the measurement. And if we could just break that cycle, I think we would feel so much better about ourselves. And I love what you said on Facebook. I was a snoop and I read it. So if you don't mind, I'm going to read it because I love it. Supporting busy women in restoring metabolism even after 40 by calming inflammation, resetting hormones, and ditching toxic load, all without diets. That is such a powerful statement. And I love that it's not that same old diet mentality. It's about the healing. And I love that's your focus because I think so many times that is not the focus, as I said.
Exactly.
So do you have a free group for people to join and learn more about what you're doing, or do you have some way for them to contact you?
I do actually. And it's actually called Turning the Clock Back. So turning the clock back.
Yep, got it.
Yeah, turning the clock back. Hold on.
I'm going to link it.
I got to make sure turning the clock back from the inside out. From the inside out.
I'm going to link it in show notes so everybody can find you and connect with you. And then if you want to share with us your email address or some way to contact you, so that ladies that hear this, and you said you do men as well, anybody that hears this may want to join you and really get that kind of support.
Yeah, for sure. So my email is hello, HELO, at Kristen Owens, Kristen, TEN, KristenOwensWellness.com. And I can send that afterwards as well.
Thank you.
And
And tell me, so who is your ideal client? Who would you be looking to work with? So there's a whole bunch of struggles out there. Who can you best help?
So the woman who is, usually it's 40 plus, that is really ready to focus on, like we said, the healing and doing, someone who is looking to release weight naturally, not without diets, looking to really focus on feeling better, feeling more energized, aging better without having to rely on medications or chronic disease, and allowing the weight to come that way. And the reason why I say weight is because I don't think there's even one person, maybe a couple, but the majority of people, 99% of women, that's one of their pieces. But all the women that are in my community, this is what they say. They say, I understand. And a lot of them are actually in their 50s and 60s, but they'll say, I understand the importance of making sure that I'm focusing on lifestyle and health over weight. So that's the women in my community. They say, I want to feel better. And I know that the weight will come off in due time. So those are typically, and they're ready to heal their guts. They're ready to balance their hormones. Most of these women know that, because you hear hormone talk all the time now, right? And we never used it many years ago. Yes. So we hear it all over the place now, but these women are looking to balance their body, because when your body is in balance, that is when changes happen. Every day, your body's always looking to achieve balance. Sometimes what we do need to help it. And so they want to find balance. And so I will tell you, the women in my community always come back. And I've had women say, to these women in the community in their mid and late 50s. They haven't seen these people in a while. I've had multiple people tell me that people tell them that they actually, one lady said, someone told me, two people, she said, I'm aging backwards.
Love
So
that.
so I started using that term because it was not around, and now other people are using it. I'm like, I'm not using that anymore. I like using terms that nobody else are using, but really you will age backwards because
Yeah,
but what we do is about helping your cells regenerate into healthy new cells every single day.
I love
So
it. And I always
yeah,
remind people that listen to my podcast, it's about being our healthiest 90-year-old self. It's about our future self.
yes,
It's not
yes,
about fitting the bikini. It's about, are we able to be mobile when we're 90 years old? Can we still
yes,
function? Do we have to be on a ton of medication? No. Can we still do our activities, be with our
yes,
families, be cognitive? These are our
yes,
goals. Healthy
yes,
brains, healthy bodies, healthy spirit, all of
yeah,
that. So
yes,
I really applaud the work that you're doing and the help that you're giving people because we need it.
absolutely,
I hope my audience will get in touch with you. And I
yes,
hope listeners, I hope that you've found this beneficial. And if you have, please remember to subscribe. It is free. Leave us a
yes,
comment, get in touch with Kristen. And I just want you all to know that I pray for each and every one of you that you find peace and great health throughout all your ages. And
amen.
I really appreciate you coming on today and sharing
So,
your talent and your gifts with us.
yes,
And I hopefully you will get some great connections from this podcast and we'll keep in touch. So
yes, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
my pleasure. Thanks for coming. I wish you all the best. Mwah.
Bye,
Have
everyone.
a day. Bye.